It was even worse than before.
Yeah, this is so awful. Okay, they just went out of bounds. Oh man.
I told them to leave so that we can restart the match and see from the beginning. Thanks to Mr. Inve not having enough foresight to realize that could happen. So we're just gonna wait for him to be back. He shouldn't take too long, right?
Theoretically, but you never know.
Immaculate.
Depends. Does he have his phone on him? If he has his phone on him, it's going to be a few minutes.
This is why you don't shit with your phone, dude.
Yeah,
Just
for
waste 30
real.
minutes. Heck hell.
I'd like to see a statistic for how much time has been wasted by
Why are you
people going to
naming
the bathroom
me
with their
in
phone.
this situation, dude? What did I do to you? I take forever, but I just like taking my time, you know?
Yeah, you like taking your time?
You can't force perfection, dude. You can't just like do it quickly.
I'll keep that in mind next time I'm taking a dump. What do you think he's looking at on his phone? Some strategies on how to win?
He's not looking where he should be, which is the Twitch page of this stream.
The Twitch page? Is there a Twitch page?
I mean, we're streaming. He's streaming on Twitch, but he's not looking at his own stream, so he wouldn't know that we're telling him to come back immediately.
Oh, I only knew about the YouTube stream. I didn't even know there was a Twitch stream.
No, there is a Twitch stream. He started streaming because the other stream was of poor quality.
Yeah, I'm working on
Makes
it now.
sense. Makes sense.
If you guys do care, I just upped the bit rate and I'm posting the link here in the tournament. Nope, that's not what I wanted to post.
This man is going through the full course right now.
The longest piss ever. He said he was just gonna pee.
Yeah, he's going through it if he's peeing.
I'm
right
sorry.
now.
I'm sorry about that. My
At least
stomach
he's
disaggregated me
hydrated.
for
The
a second.
plane's changed.
My roommate tried to help by flying me out, but
No way, dude. The roommate gameplay.
yeah, the roommate came in and tried to fly me out.
Oh,
It's so
Yeah,
tragic.
he did fly you out, but he forgot to change perspective, but it's fine. Let's.
I got it.
So it became infinitely worse because we had the out-of-area beep going on in our ears.
Oh man,
We
I'm so
couldn't get
sorry.
rid
He
of
forgot
it.
his beer on my table too.
Did you have to yell at him in the bathroom while you were shitting, dude? That's my.
No, he yelled at me while I was in the bathroom shitting. He was like, they said you have to fly out. I'm like, oh god, please just fly me out of bounds.
What a homie.
Alright, this is
okay, we got another quad.
Yeah, this is an interesting fight. This is the Raiden quad that one-shot in Bay last time. Or two-shot in Bay last time. This is gonna be an interesting matchup because I don't know how well that Raiden quad is gonna be able to counter that heavyweight.
Yeah, I'm curious what ranges Lord Poprip is going to try to play at in this matchup.
He
Sorry,
has
I
to
gave
be
my roommate
close.
back his beer.
He
Yeah,
has
this is the
no
quad
other
that
choice.
one-shot me.
He has to be close in this kind of matchup.
Yeah, so the plasma that he's using is the Tresser. It only has 10 shots, so he's going to have to really place the shots well, and it has very low velocity.
And he started with a huge AP deficit, so Moon can realistically just hide behind cover the entire time.
It's continuing to tick down as well. I feel like every time he tries to
that was a good
approach,
shot.
he just
There's
gets
a
hit.
He can
No
come back here.
big hits, but it's enough.
Yeah, he needs to get that Raiden hit to connect. There it is. Nice.
There's
Not
a big
enough though.
one. Thought that grenade was gonna hit, but didn't quite get there. 26k. Okay.
Oh, he got his stun.
Damn, that was a
because he could pull
slap
the
in the
trigger.
ass right there, dude. Holy.
For a second there, I believed, but now 25-4. He's gonna need a couple of those miracle shots from round one winners.
Lord Bong Rip not being the Bong Cloud.
Dude, I'm so sad no one brought the Bone Cloud. That AC will have won the entire tournament.
I'm
dude,
extremely happy that nobody brought a bone cloud. For those
would've been
watching
hype.
who aren't familiar, if you see someone join a match and that's the AC's name, you'll learn. I won't spoil it for you.
I'm a
All right,
big
Moon is
Bone
up
Cloud
one.
enjoyer.
So that's currently 1 Moon. It's currently 1-0 Moon Barbara.
Yeah, Bovrip has a chance. He can win this matchup, but he needs to be very, very aggressive and make basically no mistakes.
I
but
believe
he
in the man.
he could potentially win it. That said, I think Moon has the advantage just because his AC is more well-rounded and it has a lot of AP and defense. Oh, he switched. He switched. Let's see. Let's see what the new AC is. Might be a
More
heavyweight
AP.
fight.
Whoa, that is
That's,
looking pretty heavy.
That's an interesting AC. Double
Good.
railgun, a pulse cannon. I think he is lost.
Now that we've got Bob's loadout, we're gonna spectate Moon this time with the
Yeah.
amazing fucking decals on the back. God, that's awesome.
I
Every
love
time
Emil.
see
I
that,
love
it
Nier.
makes me think, God, this is so cool. I love this. It's just like a perfect use of the decal system.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah, I think
Staring into your soul there.
I think Bob Rip just lost at the garage here.
He's trying to out-snipe Moon, and I just don't see that happening.
Those 1,000-meter sniper duels are gonna be
Yeah,
inconsistent.
that's the issue with heavyweights, that they're basically the best snipers. So like if you're fighting, one of them has to push, and Moon has no reason to push because he's already winning. He already got his win condition. So Bob Rip has to close the gap, and his AC is very slow, and his long-range weapons are very limited on ammo. He's gonna eventually run out of ammo, and if he doesn't get the AP lead before that happens, then Moon is gonna be in a very, very good spot.
Moon's so patient with these shots, too. He waited a full 30 seconds before firing a single shot, and as soon as he did, it connected.
Yeah, and I
He's ready
think
for the
the
approach.
Kamal's coming out for the close
That was a
range battle.
Great
and
read from
Moon fucking up
recognizing
the turns. He's throwing a little bit.
Oh,
With
there.
this level of
not
AP
quite.
lead,
Yeah,
Like
with
with the booster button. Get his shit
with
done.
this level of AP lead, you can afford to make those mistakes. Now the issue with Bob Rep is that he's using a weapon that basically disappears eventually, so it has like no range whatsoever, and it tracks like shit. So one of his weapons is basically useless right now. And
Yeah,
we
it's
can
funny,
use like afford to like do
The
this.
DPS race here is
Moon-
just so in Moon's favor.
Moon
Yeah.
basically has an entire lightweight's worth of AP over him at the moment.
He's getting a little too
Okay, the
comfortable. in
turnaround,
that-
he messed
in
up a
that,
little
Oh my
That's,
god! What the
they're
fuck?
fixing
That
Any
is
game
some
on?
extreme
Any
close range. What is going on here?
Any
Bob, what are you
backpedalers? Any
doing?
backpedalers? Alright, there we
Okay,
go.
there you go.
I'm not sure what that
Yeah.
final moment was there.
Bob
Was there
said
was there a
pulled
kinetic
a little
blade
bit.
on that arm or
No.
something that I missed?
No,
No.
it was just some stuff, dude. That's all it was.
He broke
I
his
don't
own
know what
ankle and
happened
fired
there
in the
exactly.
wrong direction.
Moon kind of choked a little bit,
Oh,
but
I think that was an accidental quick turn. I do those quite often.
Okay, well,
Quick turn
regardless, either way, that should be 2 for Moon, right?
yes, he won already.
All right.
Yeah,
so
I
that means
added the
that's,
score to the bracket.
Our next 2 is going to be CBT versus Neutron.
That's gonna be interesting because CBT got a decent lightweight. He's probably the best lightweight in the tournament so far.
That's gonna be a good match.
Oh, they're already here. I was pinging them.
Perfect. See, they know what's up. Those are the
Yeah.
true professionals.
And my game had to crash, stalling our fight.
Okay, here we go. Never mind, I think someone crashed. Never mind, no, nobody crashed.
Alright,
So we
we're
have
good.
2 lightweights. Finally, a lightweight versus lightweight fight.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of that so far. It's kind of interesting. Though, as you were pointing out, heavyweights can be pretty oppressive at lower levels.
Yeah, the thing with lightweights is that they can potentially get countered very easily. Like we saw with Inve and the heavyweight, where basically a single pair of weapons could like counter an entire AC. because for the lightweight to be successful, you have to like be on point with your like you have to be consistently second staging, moving properly, picking well your weapons.
I
Yeah,
don't think we've seen anyone today who's been able to consistently second stage. That's they probably wouldn't be able to participate in the tournament if they could, to be frank.
yeah. Neutron just doesn't have like the speed to keep up with this kind of fight, and CVT has like really good weapons too.
Yeah, he's got the flares, but not really making use of them, and then also not doing proper like missile dodge when the missiles are on the way. A lot of the missiles in this game, if you try to run away, which is a lot of people's first reaction, you end up taking more damage compared to if you just face them head on.
If you go towards them, you can cut the angle a lot sharper.
Yeah, that's like a real difficult mental game to play. Even if you know it to be true, just your instincts as a gamer, especially when you have access to something like the quick boost button, are just to do everything you can to move out of the way.
I know my gamer instincts tell me to push buttons when I shouldn't all the time.
Oh yeah.
That's why you gotta play lightweights.
Most of
why
the
I'm bad at
missiles
fighting
have most of the missiles have a very easy dodge pattern that is like requires very minimal movement.
Strafe
but
left, for example, that's a classic.
that's why that's something that makes them really strong, because you can pair them with something else like a railgun, and then now they have to pick and choose. They cannot dodge both. They're gonna take damage regardless.
Coming up on round 2 here. Looks like CBT's taking a second. Could this be an AC change?
That's probably an AC change. Let's see what he brings out. It's weird for the winner to change ACs, but we're gonna see what's going on.
Maybe he just had to scratch his nose.
It's always possible.
Got any performance enhancing drugs in the house?
Oh, he definitely changed ACs.
Oh yeah.
That do be a lot more health.
And he brought a midweight. A decent one at that, actually. Very good midweight.
It's a really good build.
Probably the best build in the entire tournament.
Really? That's high praise.
I mean,
That can kill Moon's heavyweight pretty easily, as long as he plays
Yeah.
it correctly.
You got a laser rifle with some 203s, and what are those on the shoulders? Just those are flares.
They're flares. This and Moon's ACs are like the best ones so far. Like, it's straight up really good builds.
So
They
far,
need to be
though, it's
played
not
properly.
performing as well as in the last round.
You say that, and he gets a very good grenade launch for like a lot of damage.
Yeah, but remember the starting AP values. If they continue at this rate, he will lose.
He's using the wrong weapons that I feel. He should be using the missiles and the
Yeah,
lasers.
with ACs, with
I
those
haven't
2 or
seen
3
those missiles
missiles,
go
you want
off
to be
very
using
much.
the 203s early and purging them as soon as you can, because they have a very high passive EN drain.
Yeah.
So if you save them for last, you're suffering throughout the match.
Okay,
on
I
your
think
EN.
I think he's using the wrong FCS for that AC. I think the missiles are locking on way too slow. That might hold him back.
In round 1, the big thing that was going to Neutron's detriment was he was struggling with getting clipped in those close flyby encounters and just taking like 5k chunks. And that's just other than that one grenade launch. That's not happening this time around.
Nice patience there with the grenade.
Oh shit.
Neutron's playing with fire, skirting across the ground against a grenade launcher.
Yeah, see how he's like just strafing like normally and he doesn't get hit, but the moment he says quick boosting, the missiles just catch him behind him.
Yep,
You need to
creates too much
exercise like
distance.
yeah, you need to be very minimal with your movement.
Also notice Neutron did get hit by some of the splash damage from
That gives me
CBT's
an
grenade
idea.
launcher.
Yeah, look how slowly that missile is locking on. Like, it's basically not locking on at all.
I just almost called Hawk by accident trying to mess with holy shit.
Well, this goes to show
Yeah,
that a
the
good
comeback
AC
from
doesn't
Neutron.
guarantee you the win. If you
It's
don't know
not
how
a
to
good.
use it.
That wasn't a great push. These flares don't come out the instant you fire them. So when he is thinking to go for an aggressive push like that, he should be firing the flares before he approaches, so that he's covered by the flares all the way in. If he tries to
Coming down
shoot
to
the
the
flares on
wire.
reaction, he's gonna get hit by a lot of the missiles like we saw just there.
Oh, CBT got a big hit there. 1,500, 1,300 left. Managed to bring this back. Plenty of time on the clock, so not going to be a timeout here. But who's going to do this tiny little chip damage DPS race first? And barely
CBT
Like
gets
it's
it.
CBT.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Guess
CBT,
that's
That really-
him, correct?
CBT needed different flares and I think a different XCS, and he needed to like get that his decision making on point with what weapons to use against what and when.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
yeah.
You don't want to be using your two hand weapons when you have like such a nice cross-wheeled setup.
From a kill
And
skill perspective,
looks like. Oh, go ahead.
I feel like CBT is much more comfortable in those DPS firefights, just mechanically speaking. Because every time we got into those situations, Neutron started to fall behind.
Yeah, CBT is better player overall. But you know, you saw him making like a lot of mistakes in the second round, and that almost gets him killed. So,
Alright, so it looks like Neutron is going to be my opponent for the next. The next
You
losers
ready?
bracket fight. However, match number 13 is actually Lord Bob Rip versus Dan, and then me versus Neutron is after that.
We're getting pretty deep into this bracket now. To catch everybody up who's not looking at the challenge page. Losers round 3, as we mentioned, we've got Lord Bob Rip coming up against Dan, and then Neutron and Vey going to round that out, and the two winners of those will be moving on to losers round 4 against each other. Meanwhile, on winners semifinals, Moon and CBT are waiting for these losers rounds to catch up to them before they will be facing off after that losers round 4 match I mentioned previously. So that's what we got coming up. Then, from there,